Joining us now for reaction, Terrell County Texas Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland. Great to have you on tonight. And this is all very disturbing because you've got these details that are coming to light about Abrego Garcia. And it's dismantling the left's portrayal of him. We're talking about domestic violence here against his wife. We're talking about ties to MS-13. And for some reason, you've got the progressives saying we need to bring him back to this country because he's got a right to due process.
Hi, Jackie. Great to be on with you tonight. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why an American leader in Congress would want to travel down to El Salvador to try to petition for this guy to be brought back to the United States. What I do know is that the work done by ICE, and again, myself being a former Border Patrol agent for 26 years, when we do our jobs, we take a lot of pride in that, and we're serving the public. And I can guarantee that those ICE agents that prepared this guy's information to have him deported because he's a member of a terrorist organization was done appropriately and fairly.
Yeah. The DHS says that in 2021, Abrego Garcia's wife sought a restraining order against him, alleging violent behavior. The filing alleges that he repeatedly beat her. His wife writing this: "At this point, I'm afraid to be close to him. I have multiple photos, videos of how violent he can be and all the bruises he has left me." And this is really a salient point because not only does it point to potentially criminal, activity and behavior, but it also goes to the point of Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Nungary, Laken Riley, that illegal migrants have come into this country and they have made some women in this country victims. But you've got the left that doesn't want to acknowledge that. And for some reason, they're using taxpayer dollars to go do wellness checks and to bring this person back here. Why?
Again, I don't have an answer for you. It makes no sense, Jackie. And again, those other victims you mentioned, of course, Morins, Riley's, Nungarai, and many, many more. And then we got to talk about those that have been poisoned by fentanyl.
Yeah.
And then even here on the border, when we first encounter people that cross the border, we arrest them, we do our job, and then, the prior administration will release them. It makes no sense, but the sparkle of hope is that we've got a president that is now taking action and sending these people back to where they came from.
A top Democrat strategist went on a podcast yesterday, Sheriff. He said that bringing Garcia Abrego back needs to be at the top of the Democrats' agenda. Watch this.
There's real wisdom in it. And history has taught us that. And first they came for him, and then we're going to say no right there. We got to keep fighting this. I think this is worthy of being on the top agenda of things that we're going to fight over, is get this guy back home.
I want to get your response to what Carville is referencing here. First, they came for the Jews' Holocaust poem in the deportation of Abrego Garcia.
Man, that's disheartening because, again, I was a U.S. Border Patrol agent. I'm a sheriff on the border, heavily engaged in border security. We don't have crime in my community. We have a border security issue. But I can do my job very compassionately. I go out, I apprehend people, turn them over to the Border Patrol. They're treated very well, and then they're sent back to the country they come from. But for all these folks from the left that continually throw darts at whether it's President Trump, of course, the last 4 years, it was our Governor Abbott, who was filling the gap of the U.S. government where they were falling short. So, again, I'm one of those people that he's probably referring to, but it couldn't be further from the truth. I do my job, and I do it compassionately and fairly.
Yeah, and I have a theory on this, which is that they want to bring people back to this country that have been deported, regardless of what their status is, and if they're criminals or not, because it slows down the process of deportations. And they just cannot stand that we've got a leader in the White House that is saying no more of this, and I'm going to send you home. Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, thank you.
Jack, if I could add one more small thing quickly.
Final word.
It's modern day slavery. They want low-wage, unskilled laborers to come to the country to do their dirty work, to live in the shadows. That's what it's about.
Great to see you. Thank you.